If your adult child needs a safe space to avoid offensive words, you failed as a fucking parent. If anything in my seminar offends you, blame your parents for raising a pussy.
Hey guys, just a quick reminder, me and my girlfriend are trying to buy an RV and a nice truck so that we can travel and help people on the road for free. We just want to travel around and see if we can give people a hand. We're trying to make these big purchases, so we are accepting donations. Anybody that would like to donate, there's a whole bunch of information down below for ways for you guys to donate for the information I provide. We would love to travel around the world while we're in our 30s and just pick random people on our travels to try to help get their bike on the road for free. I will try to, once a month, once we get on the road, try to help at least 2 to 3 people during our travels. We'll pick a few people out of the pot. We'll have everybody throw their hand in there, and we'll see if we can pick some people to help on our travels, and just help them see if we can get their motorcycle or scooter on the road. I'll have a box full of parts of stuff. So anyways, to do that though, we need a little bit of help. We're still lacking a bit of money for our big purchases. So if you guys can help, please do. Let's get to the video. What's going on, guys? Daniel in your face. It's good to see you guys. We're almost getting ready to end another year. It's crazy, right? So I wanted to give you another quick troubleshooter for those of you guys that bought a scooter and you don't have any spark for whatever reason. We're going to talk about the main things that create that. I've got some stuff in my hands. Unfortunately, I don't actually have one of the items to show you, but bear with me here. I'll see if I can explain you through it. So when you pick up a scooter, a lot of times they don't come with spark, and that's probably why somebody sold it to you in the first place, to be honest with you. It's very easy to track down no spark problems, though, especially on scooters. It's only a few things you really need to look for. So we're going to start with cheap and work our way to the top. First thing you need to do is pull your spark plug, okay? And to do that, you got to pull your coil. So if you look at the top of your engine or the side of your engine, you'll see that you have one of these plugged right into the plastic air housing. And on the end of that, there's actually a spark plug that is screwed into the engine head. And what you're going to do is take this out. So you're going to unplug this from this, and then you're going to get your ratchet and you're going to pull this out. The first thing we're looking for is to make sure that the electrode on the end here is in good shape and that this isn't mashed down on top of that, creating a awkward sparking scenario. If all of this looks good and it doesn't look screwed up in any kind of way, maybe a little miscolored or something, other than that, you're good to go. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pop it back into the sleeve without installing it into the scooter. Then you're going to find somewhere on your scooter where you can set this against a metal part of the chassis that is grounded out. And then you're going to turn your scooter over and see if this sparks. If it doesn't spark, then you know you have no spark. So the first thing I would do in that case is spark plugs actually go bad all the time. They can look awesome and look really nice, but it could just go bad. Internally, there could be something wrong with the spark plug. So the first thing I'm going to do, anytime you troubleshoot, is you start cheap, work your way to the top. So I'm going to see what the spark number is. In this case, this is a DCP R7E. I'm going to go down to my local shop, my Advanced Auto Parts store or equivalent, and I'm going to say, I need this plug or equivalent to this plug. And they'll go, okay, we have all these in stock. Choose one that you think will work best. I normally am an NGK person, especially when it's a Chinese overseas bike or Japanese bike. I'm normally going to go with NGK just because they're really reasonable plugs. Replace this, come back, do the same test again, pop it in there. Still no spark? Well, now we know we have a good spark plug. Let's put that aside. Next up, this could be your problem, but I don't want to replace this yet or spend more money until I'm positive that this is the problem. So where are we going to go from here? Well, if you've ever had a clutch safety switch, if you've ever had a scooter before, they have what's called a safety switch, which is what this piece comes off of. This is actually attached to your handle, and a lot of times you will have one of these attached to your kickstand as well. So you may have a kickstand safety, and each one of your levers might actually have a safety. You want to inspect those. This one has a push button safety. It's right there. I can see it installed on the bottom. That's what this is. And when this is closed, it should create the circuit, right? So, or when this is open, sorry, once you pull this back, it should open that up and say, okay, it's time to spark. This should create the circuit that you're looking for. So if this has failed, you'll know because you won't hear a little clicking sound. There should be a little clicking sound when this goes forward and backwards. If you don't hear a clicking sound, this has failed. It is time to replace that safety switch. Now you can get around replacing it by just tying these wires together. So if you were to just cut this and tie it together, The downside is if it happens to be the brake handle on the right, then by cutting this, you'll also be killing your rear brake light. So when you pull on it, it won't activate anymore. So kind of have to fix the one on the right. But if it's the one on the left, really won't make a difference. As long as you have one on the right that still activates the tail switch, you're good. You can just cut these wires and just tie them together and bypass that if you want to. That's a quick way to do it. Same thing with your kickstand. A lot of people will just bypass their kickstand safety if it fails, because let's face facts, it's just cheaper and easier. And honestly, I don't know. On a real motorcycle, it makes sense to have a kickstand safety. On a scooter, not so much. So if it does end up being your kickstand safety, you can just cut those wires and just pinch them together, tie them off, electrical tape them, do whatever you want to do, solder them, however you want to do that. So if you determine that that's the problem, then the scooter should start after that. And of course, there's also this wonderful other piece, and I'm not sure I have it with me. Do I have it? No. I thought I had the kill switch. I do not have the kill switch. Yeah, I don't have a kill switch. Your kill switch could just fail. And if it fails, also problematic. That would be another reason why your scooter's not turning over or sparking at all. Normally, though, if your kill switch fails, the scooter won't do anything. It won't even attempt to turn over. So that's probably not your problem. Some scooters are weird, though. Some will turn over, just won't spark. It all depends on how they set up the safety regulation on the scooter itself. Sorry, didn't mean to bump my microphone. So we've established those two. Let's say they're fine. Spark plug's fine. Safety switches are fine. Now it's time to get back into spending some money here again. All right, so the next thing I would do is I would go here and I would replace your coil, because this has a high probability of failure rate. These get about 6,000 to 7,000. Sometimes if you're lucky, they'll get 10,000 miles. A lot of times, though, these fail before the 5,000 mile mark, and it's time to replace them. Also, if you replace this and you still don't have spark, the next thing I would replace is a CDI. All of these parts that I'm talking about, guys, you can find on eBay, Amazon, Temu. They're all over the place. Just make sure that your connectors that you get are the same. There's also AC and DC current ones. You need to make sure you know what your scooter's running on, because if it's running on AC, you plug in a DC, it's probably not going to do anything. And if it does, it might actually catch on fire. So you got to be really, really careful what you're doing. Just try to pay attention to what you're doing. A lot of times the prong readouts will tell you, just look inside there and make sure the plugs are the same. However, I have seen AC ones that look like DC ones and they still plug in and work. So just be very cautious. When you first plug one of these in, try to figure out what your scooter's operating on, if it's DC or AC powered. Can get kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But just feel this. If this thing starts getting really, really hot really quickly, probably a good sign that you got the wrong one on there. So CDIs do fail quite often. They get wet. They sit. Normally, these things are plugged in by the bottom of the scooter. They pick up a lot of dirt, debris, vibration, water. Things get all over these, and then they just fail. So cheap. Once again, $7 part. Most of the parts I'm pointing out here, guys, are going to be $7 to $10. So, but that is normally what would cause spark failure. Now, sometimes it can get a little bit more major than that. Could be a battery related issue, a fuse related issue. Normally those are not the case, because if you kickstart it and you still see spark, like, you should be able to kickstart a scooter and see spark. If you don't, then there's a problem. And the last thing that would create a no spark scenario is the stator or the pickup coil. That's a bit of a bigger job. I don't have one on hand to show you. There are plenty of videos showing you how to do that. But let's start simple first. Let's work our way to the top. Start with spark plug. It's cheap. They're like $2 to $3. Change your spark plug. That doesn't solve the problem. Check all your safety switches. That doesn't solve the problem. Replace your coil. $7. That doesn't solve it. CDI. $7 to $8. That doesn't solve it. Now we're getting into larger issues, which is normally going to be a stator problem or a pickup coil issue. Still cheap, talking under $20 for the part. However, it takes some specialty tools normally to remove the stator. You have to get a flywheel puller for a GY6 engine to pull those out. I do have videos on how to replace that stuff, but I'm hoping that it's a much simpler job for you guys and you don't have to go that far. So if this information was helpful, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. If you have questions, put them in the comment section below. And remember, me and my girlfriend are trying to buy an RV camper so that we can start traveling and helping people on the road. So all donations are appreciated. If you guys found my information helpful, scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's great. We're trying to make some big purchases here in the next year, and want to take this on the road and be able to start doing some road vlog videos and helping you guys as we travel. travel and just stop and pick some random person at the next place we're going. Say, hey, I'm going to stop by and we're just going to help you. Free. Not going to cost you a dime. We just want to stop by, see if we can give you a hand, get your scooter up and running, and go from there. I'll have a box full of parts in my RV so that we can hopefully get some of these things on the road for you guys while we travel, and just try to introduce you to a really awesome, sweet personality of a person me and my girlfriend are. So we just want to be helpful. That's it. That's what we want to do. We want to travel, be helpful, and see the world while we're in our 30s. Because I'm peaking at that hill. I'm almost 40. I got salt and pepper in the goatee. It's time to see the world. And I want to do it while helping people. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you on the flip. It's that time of year. Happy Thanksgiving. We got Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I'm saying all this stuff ahead of time, in advance. I love all you guys. Catch you on the flip. Toodles.